I am already dead. Hey guys, welcome to the ride back. So I thought that I would talk about the season 4 premiere of iZombie. I've been watching iZombie since the very beginning, and honestly, it's one of those shows that I really didn't expect to make it too far. Not to take anything away from the show itself. The show is very, I think it's kind of entertaining. I kind of like the premise, the concept of a zombie that is lucid, not like the shambling Walking Dead zombies, but the zombie that can, that can talk and feel and understand, and it's more of a sickness than it is a straight up monster. And if you're not familiar with iZombie, then I am going to give you the short version of what the premise is. So real quick before I go into semi-spoilers for season 4. So iZombie focuses on a girl named Liv Moore. You get the joke. And she worked as a doctor, and she got bit. Well, no, she didn't get bit. No, she did get bit. It's scratches and bites for this show. Anyway, they get bit, get scratched, and she now works at a coroner's office or police researchers. And what she'll do is that she'll consume the brains of people that were in murders, and then she has visions and flashes, and uses that to assist the police department in doing murders. So basically, it's a police murder investigation show. It's more humorous, and they have zombies thrown in. So once again, you can see why I'm like, I don't think this is going to last very long. And they're on season 4. So now let's talk about what season 4 is. So if you haven't watched any of iZombie and you're curious about watching it from the beginning, you might want to stop now, because I'm going to discuss basically all spoilers from that ended on season 3. So at the end of season 3, that is to say, the zombies were basically outed to the world. It took 3 seasons for the world to know about zombies, and now the city of Seattle, which is now, they've walled off part of it, and they've called it New Seattle, to where zombies and human beings are living together. Now, when the show opens up, you've got like this brain factory that are making these brain paste smoothies to satiate these zombies, and there's a lot of them. It started off with being like maybe 3 or 4 people, and then it started spreading, and now you've got this company that wants to basically be the zombie corporation. But it's going to be like interesting. For the past 3 seasons, we've been dealing with them trying to keep zombies under wrap or trying to find a cure. But now in this one, everyone knows about them. Zombies are real. In fact, the only reason that the U.S. doesn't just friggin' nuke New Seattle into the ground is because there are human beings inside of New Seattle. Plus, it's American soil, so why would they do that? But really, season 4 is pretty much just more of the same. There's nothing new or different about it. There's a new kind of underlying premise, and that is the fact that, they are interacting with humans now, and they know about it. So you have like these, every character has their own little story arc that they're getting through. I can't remember all of their names. Ravi tried to test who's like her Liv Moore's friend, and he's like a scientist who's been trying to discover the zombie cure, and it's not really working. He like succumbs to the zombie virus every like 3 months or something like that, and then he comes back, and then he's like, okay. So that's kind of weird. So they're doing that. Her old ex-boyfriend is like working for the place called Fillmore Graves, and my God, these names. and they're recruiting, you know, zombie soldiers. So, you know, I mean, I don't really know what to say about iZombie. It's pretty much the same as it's always been. Nothing was really changed. And I don't expect it to. I think it's going to be the exact same show until they eventually end it. What else to say? Oh, I will say this. I mean, I know I'm kind of like not giving it a glowing review of what the show is, and it's always kind of been this way, but I have to admit that I really enjoyed this episode, because in this episode, Liv is investigating, well, it's every episode, I just mentioned every episode. Alright, but she's investigating a show, a murder where the guy's a huge Seahawks fan. I mentioned that they're from Seattle. And at one point in the show, she's like wearing like full-on Seahawks gear, and she's interrogating a 49ers fan, and they're just going back and forth left and right. And I have to admit, I reflected on this because I was like, you know, I've got two friends that are just like this, so I kind of enjoyed that, like that one part of it. You know who you are. If you're watching, you know who I'm talking about. So I thought that was an entertaining moment in it. But where this show ends up, I really don't know. This episode ended with, I forgot his name. Let's see, Ravi, Clive. There's a guy that they've had from the beginning who you would consider a bad zombie. He was like a gangster hustler beforehand, and now he's still trying to make a buck. But he had his father, who was also a zombie. Like, he put him in cement shoes and like put him in a well, and he kept like swinging by every once in a while and giving him brains, just to keep him alive. So it's like basically torturing him. I think he did it for like 3 or 4 months, and now he's broken out, and that guy went to like some movie theater where like a guy is giving a sermon for zombies to be like redeemed by the Lord, I guess. I don't know, but essentially it looks like you're setting it up to where you know, we'll continue to have our conflicts, the Liv's conflicts with humans. They'll of course still solve crimes, but it looks like we'll have a lot of renegade and like zombies that we know, like the I'm gonna tear up this place kind of zombies. When that guy's dad, I know I'm not giving names, but then again, you know, I can't remember everyone's name from this show. But yeah, I just arrived at my destination, which I'm gonna be picking up. Thor Ragnarok came out today. I mean, you know, it's been out for, you know, about a couple of months digitally, but you know, it just came out on Blu-ray and 4K today, so I'm gonna be picking that up. I encourage the rest of you to do the same, because it's an awesome movie. But until the next episode, guys, I'll see you later. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and please take a minute to like, comment, and subscribe for more super videos.